God, my friends, it is a Saturday afternoon here at home. Got the AC pumping, as you can hear, and I want to talk about the Beatles. I love the Beatles. I'm a huge fan of the Beatles. Actually, my first memory in life was the Beatles. Not quite sure what song it was, but I remember looking up at a windowsill in my cousin's house, and she had like a portable radio, and it was either, I'm thinking, damn, what's the name of that song? Now I can't remember that song. Well, it was either Help, Ticket to Ride, or 8 Days a Week. That's the song I was thinking of. It was one of the three, and it just stuck in my mind. That's like my first memory in life. But, you know, I didn't really get into the Beatles till like around 78, 79. I mean, I knew them. I knew all, of course I knew them. I mean, that's the band. I mean, love them or hate them, they're the band that changed the world, you know, and they changed the music scene. They did what no band can ever do. They're historic. And I know a lot of you, I've seen a lot of you online saying they're overrated, they suck. Hey man, that's your opinion. I just happen not to agree with it. Because I love the Beatles, man. I'm a huge fan. I love everything. You know, there's people that just like the later era, the hippie era, the experimental era, or the early era, the pop. I love it all. But if I was to pick my favorite era, I would say the middle. Right between that bridge between the beginning and the later stuff. So, I'm going to go through everything. I'm not a big Beatles collector, but I do own the mono box set, and I took all the albums out. And I'm going to talk about it. You know, I don't own everything the Beatles ever released, but I own all their albums and a few other things that I'm going to show you all. So, we're going to go in order with the first album, Please Please Me. Yeah, you know, there's some songs on here that I'm not too crazy about. But I saw her standing there. Man, that song flat out rocks. That's a rockin' tune. And let's see, I love Misery, I love Anna, I love Chains. I know it's a little pop ditty. Boys, I can care less about. Ask Me Why's okay, Please Please Me okay. Love Me Do's okay. P.S. I Love You is okay, Baby It's You's okay. You know, the rest is kind of like okay. I do like Twist and Shout. But you know what? It's a cool album. I dig it. And then we go into the next one, and I am only showing the British versions because I'm not crazy about the American versions. I ended up buying the whole Beatles discography when they released them on CD in the mid 80s, mid-late 80s. Or maybe, yeah, it was in the late 80s. They released all the CDs and they had it in this box, and I bought it. I think it cost me like $100 even back then. Just a lot of money, but that's when I really dived into the Beatles, and it was the European or the British versions, which I've seen the track listing on the American version. It makes no sense to me. So this is the next one with the Beatles, which is a lot in vain with Please Please Me, but it won't be long. All I gotta do, All My Love and Love It. Don't Bother Me is okay, Little Child's alright, Till There Was You I like. Please Mr. Postman, that cover I love. Roll Over Beethoven, I can care less for. Hold Me Tight's okay. You Really Got a Hold of Me, I like. Wanna Be Your Man's, which was the song that they gave the Stones, and it was the Stones' first hit. Devil in Your Heart is alright. Not a Second Time's okay. Money's alright. Alright. So, oops. So then we go into, wow. Gotta be careful here. These albums are precious. By this time they're so big they made a movie, and this is the better of the three. I love the title track, I Should Have Known Better. If I Fell in Love, Happy Just to Dance With You, and I Love Her, Tell Me Why, Can't Buy Me Love, love it. Anytime at All I Love, I'll Cry Instead. Things We Said Today, When I Get Back, You Can't Do That, and I'll Be Back. You Can't Do That, I'm not a fan of that song. But later I'll talk about how much I love that song. You're questioning, wait, you just said you didn't love that song? Just stick around, I'll tell you why I love it. Alright, Beatles for Sale. They look like, you know, tired. They're kind of like, oh man, this fame is getting to us, man. Because, you know, seriously, was there any band as famous as the Beatles at that time? I mean, it was, that mania was insane. And they're growing a little bit. There's a little difference here and there, like No Reply, I'm a Loser, Baby in Black, rock and roll music I don't care for. I'll Follow Sun, I love that song. Mr. Moonlight, I really don't like that, or Kansas City. 8 Days a Week, as I said, that's I think the first song I ever heard in my life, first memory of my life. I love that song. Words of Love, a cool Buddy Holly cover. Honey Don't, nah, I don't care for that. Every Little Thing, it's a good little whimsical tune. I Don't Want to Spoil the Party, yeah, What You Doing, yeah, it's okay. And Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby, it's alright. Okay, so now we go into what I consider the most underrated Beatles album. I think this album's amazing, and this is more of a change. They discovered marijuana because of Bob Dylan at this point. This is their second movie, and this album is awesome. I love that title track where it's a cry for help, really, John Lennon. And it was really recorded slow, but then they made it like a up-tempo. I love it. Night Before, I love, underrated. You Gotta Hide Your Love Away, beautiful song. Very Bob Dylan influence. I Need You, a cool Harrison song. Another Girl, I dig. You're Gonna Lose That Girl, I dig. Ticket to Ride, I love. Act Naturally, I love that song. And I saw Ringo play it when I saw Ringo in the All-Stars. They did Act Naturally, it was awesome. It's Only Love, I love that song. And I heard a John Lennon interview saying he hates that song. Alright, You Like Me Too Much, that's an okay Harrison song. Tell Me What You See, it's an okay Lennon McCartney tune. I've Just Seen the Face, I don't know, man. Maybe my favorite off here, such a great tune. Yesterday, awesome. I know, it's not overplayed to me. It's a beautiful song, love it. Only McCartney played on it. Well, the only Beatle to be on there, because I know there's orchestras. And Dizzy Miss Lizzy, yeah, it's an alright little rockin' tune with John, which he did when he played some show, some solo show in Toronto, the same show where Alice Cooper threw those chickens to the audience. Alright, here is my favorite Beatles album, and as I said, I love that middle, and this is where the middle starts. You get hints of it on Help, but here's where the middle era starts, and it's my favorite. And this is my favorite album. Drive My Car, it's so cool. I love that bass line. Paul McCartney, such an underrated bass player. What he does is so melodic and awesome, those runs. And you can see it, hear it all over Drive My Car. Norwegian Wood, cool tune. Love that song. You Won't See Me, I saw Paul play that live. Last time I saw Paul live, he played You Won't See Me. Nowhere Man, beautiful harmonies, beautiful song. Think For Yourself, that's an okay Harrison song. The Word, kind of a little heavy, you know. Michelle, My Belle, you know. I love that song. What Goes On, I love. Girl's awesome. Love that too. Looking Through You's awesome. In My Life, my favorite Beatles song. My all-time favorite Beatles song in my life. Wait, it's okay. That one's probably my least favorite. If I Needed Someone, I dig. And Run For Your Life, I love that song. That's another one I heard John Lennon say he hated. Then, this could be the sister album. They're pretty much the same, you know, but this one's a little more experimental, especially the last track, but they really are, you know, brother and sister albums. And I love it, probably my second favorite. Taxman, great song that Paul McCartney does lead on. Eleanor Rigby's awesome. I'm Only Sleeping's a trippy tune. Love You Too, I dig it. Harrison, Here, There, Everywhere, beautiful. Yellow Submarine, She Said, I love. Good Day Sunshine, And Your Bird Can Sing. Have you heard the anthology version? They're stoned trying to do that song, and Lennon and McCartney just cracking up all the way through it. It's a rockin' tune. For No One's beautiful. What a beautiful song. Dr. Roberts, cool. I Want to Tell You, Harrison, I like it. Gotta Get You Into My Life, I love. The best part of that Sgt. Pepper's movie was Earth, Wind and Fire's version of that, and I like Aerosmith's version of Come Together. And of course, Tomorrow Never Knows, very experimental. That's when they started using you know, effects and all that. Very before its time. Great album. All right, the most historic of them all, Sgt. Pepper. You know what? I wouldn't put it at the top, but it's still a great album. But this is the one that most people would say is the best the best Beatles album. It is a great album. It is. The title track is great, with a little help from my friends I love. Lucy in the Skies is great. Getting Better. I used to be cruel to my woman. I beat her and kept her away from the things that she loved. Wow. That's crazy. The Beatles are writing about, like, you know, beating up a girl. Even though, you know, John Lennon was known to do that. According to Cynthia Rhodes. Cynthia Lennon, whatever her last name was after he left. She was a saint. God bless her. Rest in peace. Fixing a Hole. I love that song. She's Leaving Home is beautiful. Have you heard Cheap Trick do it? Robin Zander sing that song? Man, it makes the fur rise from the arm. Then it's that, isn't it that, For the Benefit of Mr. Kite? I dig it. With and Without You. I know it's trendy to say that song, people don't like that song. I'm trendy because I really don't get it. That's the one song that I'm like, please. When I'm 64, whimsical, cute, I like it. Lovely Rita, probably the dark horse on this album, not very talked about. Awesome song. Then Good Morning, Good Morning, Sgt. Pepper Reprise, and my second favorite Beatles song, A Day in the Life, which is a masterpiece. It's just a masterpiece. I'd even put it really tied with In My Life, because they're both so different, but they're both so amazing. Alright, then Magical Mystery Tour. Very weird album, and the track listing is not on the back, so I gotta take it out. And this is cool, this whole thing, this whole packaging. You know, it's got pages. The movie's so strange. And it was the first, you know, when they released it was kind of a flop, because they released it on TV in black and white on Boxing Day, and it didn't do well, and it got a lot of press. Beatles bombed. But this is a really cool album. There's some leftovers from Sgt. Pepper, like Strawberry Fields, which was the first song recorded or wrote for Sgt. Pepper. Beautiful song. I love the title track. Fool on the Hill I love. Now Flying and Blue Jay Way, I can do without, really. Your Mother Should Know, I dig it. I like it. It's another whimsical, is that the word? Paul tune. I'm the Walrus. That's actually the song. I Am the Walrus was actually the song that got me into the Beatles in my teen. In late 70s, that's when I was like, man, I gotta get some Beatles albums. And the first Beatles album I bought was that blue one. That was kind of like a greatest hits thing. There's a red one, there's a blue one. That was the first one, because it had I Am the Walrus. And that's how I got into the Beatles. Hello, Goodbye, I love. Strawberry Fields is awesome. Penny Lane, I dig. Baby You're a Rich Man is okay. And All You Need Is Love, I never really was into that song. Sue me. Oh, probably my third favorite. The White Album. And it's so full of so many things. This is definitely a desert island song. I'd probably take this to the desert island before Rubber Soul Revolver because of all the different type of songs on this album. Back in the USSR, that rocks. Dear Prudence is awesome. Glass Onion, I love. Obladi, I know a lot of people don't love it. I love that song. When I saw Paul McCartney, not the last time, but the second to last time, when he played Obladi, the stadium went insane. It got the best reaction all night. I love Obladi. Wild Honey Pie is, what the hell is that about? The continuous story of the Bungalow Bill, I dig it. While My Guitar Gently Weeps, I'm not a fan of that. I know that's probably people's favorite on this album. I don't know, it kind of bores me. Sue me. Happiness a Warm Gun is awesome. Martha My Dear is awesome. It's a song that Paul wrote about his dog, called Martha. I'm So Tired. I love that song. Blackbird is amazing. Piggies, I love Piggies. Rocky Raccoon's another one I love. Don't Pass Me By, that's a cool little Ringo tune, I dig it. Why Don't We Do in the Road, kind of short, silly, but love it. And I Will is a beautiful little short ballad at the end. No, actually, Julia's the last song, but I Will's a cool little short ballad, and Julia's about John's mom, very touching. Birthday's cool, you know, I mean, it's not one of my favorites, but I don't hate it. Your Blues, it's okay. Mother Nature's Son, I love that song. Everybody's Got Something to Hide Except Me and My Monkey. Probably the first thrash riff ever. Gun, 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 when it does that part. Dude, that's thrash, man. Sexy Sadie, I love. Helter Skelter. Arguably the first, like, metal song. Long, Long, Long is okay. Very mellow and chill. Revolution Number 1, an acoustic version to the version that they released as a single. Honey Pie. Yeah, Honey Pie. It sounds like a song from the 30s, 40s. I love it though. Savoy Shuffle is pretty cool. It kind of sounds like a 70s song, and this is 60s. Cry Baby Cry, love it. Revolution Number 9, what the fuck? Seriously? That is the most skippable song in the universe. It's just, I know it's artsy fartsy bullshit. I just hate it. And Good Night is terrible. I mean, just end the song on Cry Baby Cry. But this album is amazing. I love it. Okay. Then the next thing they released was Yellow Submarine. Now, half of this album, the second half, is all instrumental shit. I don't care for it. And really, I mean, this ain't really a Beatles album to me. It's just a soundtrack, but it's got Hey Bulldog. That alone is the price of admission. Is worth the price of admission. Hey Bulldog is such a great song. But the rest, Yellow Submarine, Only a Northern Song, All Together Now, It's All Too Much, All You Need Is Love. I'm not a fan, sorry. Alright. The last thing they recorded, but not the last thing they released, Abbey Road. Masterpiece. I don't think there's a bad song on here. I even like Octopus's Garden, though I prefer the anthology version of Octopus's Garden more. But Come Together is awesome. Something maybe second favorite. Maxwell Silver Hammer, another, you know, whimsical. I know I'm not saying that word right. Whimsical song from Paul, but it's this little happy tune about a guy that's running around killing people with a hammer. Crazy. Oh Darling, man, for the longest time I thought Oh Darling was a cover from Fats Domino or some shit. No. It's a fucking Lennon McCartney tune. Octopus Garden, as I said, I prefer the version on Anthology. I Want You, She's So Heavy is awesome. I love that song. Here Comes the Sun, beautiful, love it. Because it's very trippy, just vocals, and it's beautiful. Then it's this whole long melody thing, which is great. I love it. I love all of it. You Never Give Me Your Money, Sun King, Me, Mr. Mustard, Polythene Pam. She Came Through the Bathroom Window, and then the crescendo. My favorite song on this album is Golden Slumbers, Carry the Weight in the End. What a way to end the career with this album, and that last song. It's really, and in the end, the love you make is equal to the love you take. Amazing, just amazing. But, you know, they did do this album, but they shelved it, you know, it wasn't going nowhere, and they got Phil Spector to produce it, and I love it. I mean, some songs or whatever. Two of Us I love, Dig a Pony's cool, Across the Universe I love, I Me Mine, it's a cool Harrison song. Dig It is pointless. Let It Be is beautiful. Maggie May, I Got a Feeling, which is pretty cool song, heavy song. One After 909 is an old song from their old days, Please Me, that they brought back. Long and Winding Road gives me chills. I love what Phil Spector did to that song with the chorus, and it's just beautiful. For You Blue, I Don't Care, and Get Back is awesome. There you go. All right. Then there's this, the Past Masters, which is all their singles that didn't make the album, or most of it. Some of it did, which is different versions. Which you got I Love Me Too, From Me to You, Thank You Girl, She Loves You, I'll Get You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, This Boy. I love that song, This Boy. I love when John just belts it out during that tune. And then some German versions of She Loves You and I Want to Hold Your Hand. Long Tall Sally, I Call Your Name, I love that song. Slow Down is okay. Matchbox is alright. I Feel Fine, I love. She's a Woman is cool. Bad Boy, good rockin' tune. Yes It Is, I love. I'm Down is awesome. Day Tripper, We Can Work It Out, awesome. Paperback Writer, one of my favorite Beatles songs. Rain is awesome. Lady Madonna. The Inner Light, I can do without that one. Hey Jude is great. Revolution, the electric version. Only a Northern Song, I don't care for. All Together Now, I don't care for. Hey Bulldog, It's All Too Much. That's all the Yellow Submarine stuff. Side 6, Get Back with Billy Preston. Don't Let Me Down, Billy Preston, Across the Universe, a different version. And the last song is I Just Hate It. You Know My Name, Look Up My Number. Alright, then I went out, and let's see if I can put them in order, and bought the Anthologies, one of the greatest documentaries ever. And I love it. It's all a bunch of different takes from their songs and some live recordings. And I'm not going to go through all these songs. I can just tell you what I was saying before about that song, Can't Do That, from Hard Day's Night. The version of Anthology blows it away. Blows it away. And I love, love, love what everybody seems to hate. I love Free as a Bird. And I love Real Love. I love those new songs that they added John's vocals. I love them. And I love the videos with all the little Easter eggs. Cool stuff. Now when this came out, these anthologies came out, you got to get these for free at Best Buy, which is 3 discs of really cool Beatle interviews. 3 discs worth. Really good stuff. And don't I have Let It Be Naked? Yes, I do. They released Let It Be Naked, which is on vinyl. I got to get it on vinyl, which is, you know, without Phil Spector. It's the rawness of the album, and it's really cool. I really dig it. And then these are like bootlegs. Unsurpassed Masters. Oh look, Anthrax. How'd that get in there? Yeah, it's all Unsurpassed Masters. This one's called the Unreleased Tracks. And they're all, you know, not really unreleased tracks, but just whatever. Yeah, I got this. This is Hey Jude. I bought this a long, long time ago, before I got those CDs. And this is really a compilation. A lot of stuff that's on the Past Masters, like Hey Jude, Revolution, Paperback Writer, I Should Have Known Better, Lady Madonna, Can't Buy Me Love, Don't Let Me Down, Ballad of John and Yoko, Rain, and Old Brown Shoes. Old Brown Shoes are on Past Masters. I don't think I named that. But yeah, I dig it. It's a cool little compilation. And this one is kind of like a, I guess it's a bootleg. Live in Germany. This is like going way back before, you know, they released their records, when they dressed all in leather before Judas Priest. So there it is, my friends. I love the Beatles, man. I'm a big Beatles fan. And wanted to talk about them. Go through all the songs, which I did. And I want to thank you all for watching. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please do. And hey, if you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. Stay frosty, listen to Black Sabbath, and smack 'em a god.